Price action is an important tool in every trader's arsenal. Now, the definition of price action differ from one person to the next, but to me, all patterns fall into price action. So this includes candlesticks, 4-day, 3-day formations. Today, I will introduce you to an extremely powerful price action pattern. It's a single bar price action pattern. I use it as entry, as exit, and as filter. And if you keep watching till the end of the video, you will end up with a strategy that works on multiple indexes using this pattern. In fact, this pattern just made $4,000 on a single contract last week. Welcome back everyone to Stat Oasis channel. My name is Ali Casey, and first let me describe what this pattern is. This is a representation of a candlestick. So every day in every instrument you will have this single bar, which shows the open, the close, and the high and the low. In this case, the close is higher than the open. So the close minus the open, this is the body, and then this is the highest point that the market reached during the day, and this is the lowest point. So if we deduct the low from the close and we divide it by the high minus close, we will get a fixed number between 0 and 1. And this is called IBS, short for internal bar strength. So the equation is close minus low divided by high minus low equal a number. So if the close happened at the low, that means close minus low is 0, then this whole equation becomes 0. And if the close happened at the high, that means close minus low is the same as high minus low, so that brings the equation to 1. So the equation is always between 0 and 1. And of course, if the close is anywhere in between, then the number will be between 0 and 1. So 0.2, 0.23, 0.27, whatever. Now, if you multiply this whole equation by 100, then the number becomes 0 to 100. So whichever makes sense to you, you can use that equation. And that is how simple this pattern is. First of all, it uses only one bar. So we don't need to look at 100-day moving average, 5-day moving average. We only need to look at a single bar. And then we do our equation, and the result of our equation will be used as a filter, as an entry, or as an exit. Here we are in Strategy Quant X. This is build 138.1837. We are in Algo Wizard so as to build any strategy we like. And we will build the IBS pattern inside Strategy Quant X. So we can come here. And I will put the result as a number, and let's say 0.3. So that means the close should be at the bottom third of the bar, because if the close is here, then the result will be about 0.3 or lower. And this worked very well as a mean reversion strategy. So first I will test it on the S&P 500, the data here since 2006, and we will do one contract. And just to test our theory that these things work, I will show you the exit end of day. And I will save the chart data so we can look at the trade. So let's run the back test. And here is what it looks like. And let's see trades on chart. Zoom in. So this is what's happening. When the close in the bottom third, we buy the next day and we exit the same day. Again, bottom third, we do it. Bottom third, we do it. And same thing here. Bottom third, we buy, we exit at a loss. And same thing here, we exit at a loss, and so on and so forth. So the code working very nice. Now, why do I do this? Is just to find if there is a raw edge in the strategy. So in the overview, you can see that we're already making $60. That is huge, and definitely there is an edge there. So you might say, well, you pick this because you already know. And of course, I do know, and I have a huge bias because I know IBS works. I have many strategies that uses IBS as an entry and exit and filter. So there is no way for me not to know. But still, I will show you how you can find out if you are picking a peak or if this is really a raw edge. So the simplest way is to change this 0.3 to the neighboring numbers. So let's go to 0.25 and run a full back test. And here we make more money. And let's go to 0.2. And now we make a lot more money. So we know we're going in the right direction. But now let's go to the opposite side, which is 3.5. And we make less money. And if we go even to 4, and we back to around the same amount of money. So we just find out by changing the parameter, which is the only parameter we have. We have only a single parameter. And we went 30% up and down, and we find out the raw edge is still there. So that is really, really good, because changing the parameter up and down 30%, and we still have a great edge, that means we are on solid foundation. So now we can expand and build this strategy. Now, this line takes a while to build, and also we cannot customize it easily. So in order to build strategies optimized, we need to build a custom block, and that is what I did. So I have two custom blocks here. One is where the equation lower than a value, and the other one is where the equation is higher than a value. So first, let me pick now the exit. So now I will switch the end of day, and I will turn on the exit. So now the exit is when the IBS is higher than a number. And in this case, it's 80. So let's start with 70 because this is 30. And again, you can see it's working. And we can keep changing these up and down to find out that there is a raw edge, there is a stable pattern. So to do this the easy way, we can go to Optimizer and load our strategy and optimize it here. So if you go to full settings, optimization, you can see we are using simple optimization and your own setting. So with your own settings, if you switch other parameters, we only have 2. And this is SQX way of naming the variables. Remember, our variable here were a custom block. So when you use a custom block, for some reason, SQX uses its own naming. Although I have name for these variables, but SQX doesn't use it. In any case, I know that this is the start because this goes 20 and this is 80. So this is the lower than number and this is higher than number. So let's optimize these from 5 to 45 in a step of 5. And the exit from 55 to 95 in a step of 5. So that will give us 81 combinations. And those are all the combinations. So if I run now, I click on any one. So you can see here it's 82 because this is the original strategy. And now we get to the results. So if you go to the optimization profile, now we get to see the profile of our optimization. So let me maximize this. So currently what we are looking at a 3D surface of our entry and exit with the z-axis as net profit. So this is net profit. And we notice immediately that we're starting from around 50,000. So that means all our optimizations are profitable. In fact, let's go there. So let me put this down. So if I sort by return to drawdown ratio, you can see minimum is 2.8 and you can see the net profit is 39. If I sort by net profit, so that's 39, maximum is 264. So all our optimizations are profitable. Now let's look at the 3D chart. Not only that, we have a huge stable area. So you can see that 55 all the way to 95, they're all stable. And anything above 15 to 55 is stable. And we can see also, let's go to maximum intraday drawdown. Also, we can see that it's very stable. So all this area, the green area is very stable. The only one that is big here is above 90. So this is 90 where we have a huge drawdown. Now there's another way to look at this, which if we go to 2D, and this is the maximum intraday, and this is the entry. So the entry from 5 to 45, we can see that the best one is at 5. So green is the best and red is the worst. And you can see, so the difference here is big. And if we switch to the exit, so now it's 55 to 95. Above 95 is also bad. So we know that anything above 10, below 90 will be good. So if we go back here now, and if I pick, let's say 15 and 85, so that is below 15 and above 85, run the back test, and let's look at our strategy. Now we can easily add slippage and commission. Let's go to settings, and we can add per trade. This is 17.5. So this is including commission and slippage for the S&P. If we run it again, 377 trades, 221,000. Now, I featured IBS many times on the channel, and this is probably 3 years ago now. I started with this pattern. So you can consider 21, 22, and 23 is out of sample already, live out of sample. And you can see the strategy makes a lot of money regardless of which one you pick as entry and exit. In fact, this December, I posted in the community that this pattern will happen with the seasonality in December. IBS was one of the strategies that I had, and it already made more than $4,000 on a single contract on the ES. And we can check here that the strategy made $36,000 in 21. This is the out of sample, 21,000 in 22, and 8,700 in 23. And as I told you, in December, it made $4,000 on a single trade. Now, the title of the video is Price Action on the Nasdaq. So what is this ES all about? Of course, the ES is the most prominent mean reversion instrument, and IBS is a mean reversion pattern. So now let's test the same numbers, same strategy, same everything on the Nasdaq. And this is very easy to do. I just go to settings. So it's very easy. I just change to NQ, and still doing one contract, no commission this time. And this is the strategy. It makes more money with an average of 891. Also, last 3 years doing very well. 82,000, 4,000, and 58,000. And here is the same strategy now on the Dow, using the same data, same everything, single contract. And this is amazing because the Dow is like $5 a point, and we're still making $174,000 with $480 on average. And again, 21 is $19,000. 22 is $25,000, and this year is 27. Of course, as usual, I advocate to trade a portfolio of strategies, and now you can combine all these. But remember, there are no filters here. There are no variations in this strategy, and it's amazing that's the same strategy produce extremely high profits without optimization. We just picked a stable area on the ES, and it works very good on the Nasdaq. It works very good on the Dow, and of course it works very good on a lot of other instruments. To learn more about IBS, watch this video, and I will see you there.